What's up? What's up? What's good, people? Stormybman is here. And oh man, let me say this, man. I'm so excited for a number of reasons. First and foremost, I finally got my internet issues worked out, man. I'll tell you something. It's really been a grind trying to get that situation taken care of. But now that it has, I'm so happy to say that, hey, I'm out here and I'm ready to get back into the mix of things. You know, dropping some content, talking to some people, having people on. It's a wonderful thing, man. But hey, man, I have to just start off with something real funny, man. Y'all gotta forgive me. I know it's a couple people out there, but if you want to come on in the chat and let me know you out there and we can start vibing. But I just want to drop something on y'all, man. Oh man. It's like, you know, it it's one of those Sunday mornings, man, where you feel a little goofy, you know, but there are some things that just make everything so much better, man. So much better. It makes you feel so much better, you know. Uh, Look here, man. I, I had to start off with something funny this morning, man. Marlo's Corner, what's good with you, brother, man? Hey, look here, man. I'm just, I'm sorry. Hey, man, what's this shit right here, man? What the hell is this right here, man? Can somebody tell me what's really going on? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, I just want to know, man. I just. Look here, man. Hey, man. I'm going to tell you something, man. You know, for anybody out there that's parents, man. Anybody out there that's parents. And you got kids, you got small children, small. And they like treats and cookies and stuff like that or whatever. And you put the cookies up, treats up, chips, whatever it is, candy, whatever. You put it away. And the kids, they go to the jar, when they think you ain't watching and shit, And you come in, you decide to get up and go get some water in the kitchen or something. And you walk through the doorway and they got their hand in the jar or in the cabinet or wherever you done put the stuff up. And they know they ain't supposed to be in there, right? Look here, man. Look, that look that they give you when they caught, when they busted, that's what's on this picture right here, man. That's what's on this picture. That look on Keith Thurman's face right there, bro. It tells everything. When they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, look here, man. Look at that damn picture. You tell me if that ain't worth a damn 1,000 words, man. I don't know what is. I don't know what is, man. I mean, come on. Come on, man. This is some hilarious shit right here, man. This is hilarious. All I can say, man, all I can say is that look right there, this motherfucker hand all up in the cookie jar, and Manny said, "What you doing in that damn cookie jar?" Oh man, dude, that right there is, man, I'm telling you, brother. Come on, y'all. You got to give it up. That picture right there, man, should be on the cover of Sports Illustrated, Ring Magazine, KO, Boxing Illustrated. I wish y'all could, like, find that picture on the internet, screen catch it, and post it on all social media, man, and blow up that look on his face right there, man. That shit right there, man. I mean, come on, man. I woke up this morning, man, and I said, you know what? After I get my streaming and stuff together, I'm going to kick it off, man, with something totally different. Now, you know Stormybman been really laid back, man. But this right here, man, this right here. Woo! Man, I want to say what's up to Nitty G, Bobby Jean. Thank y'all for, popping in with me. I know people is like, doing other things. Salute to y'all. I want to say shout out to the LDBC, man. I want to say, shout out to everybody that was on the Marlo's Corner yesterday with Trey X and F Nietzsche, all the brothers, doing the calling the fight, man. That was some fun shit, man. You guys, you are so good at what you do, man. Just shout out to you brothers, man. I will forever tune in as long as you guys are doing your shows, man. It's so much energy in the chats. It's so much energy in your broadcast and your show, man. I just want to say I love it, bro. I love what y'all doing, man. I turn the audio down on my TV and then just listen to you brothers do your thing. It is so much fun, man. It is so much fun. But this picture right here, y'all needed that picture last night, man. That right there, man. I'm just telling you, it's some funny stuff, man. 2019 in boxing has given us everything that we never expected, man. Everything that we never expected, man. It's been hilarious, man. It's been hilarious. And guess what? The year ain't even over yet, man. The year ain't even over. What else is to come? What else we got to look forward to, man? It's gonna be some funny stuff going down. I'm gonna tell you. Man. It's hilarious, man. But I just wanted to get on here this morning and talk a little bit about boxing. What happened over this weekend. Caleb Plant, man. That young brother right there, man. He's a boxer. He's a boxer. He might be one of the best pure boxers in the game right now that we got going. And though he doesn't have, that power that would just take him to that next level, that kid can box, man. And I hope that he's able to get some good fights and make some great paydays for himself and his family, man. Plan is all right, man. I like that kid, man. I really do. And even though the guy that he was in there with this weekend, he was definitely the favor. But I want to say that he has the type of skills that make you want to tune in, And with the recent loss of our brother Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker and what he brought to the sport, I'm not trying to say Plant has what Whitaker had, but he's a boxer. He's a consummate boxer. And, you can't sleep on those guys because even when you have the most powerful guys, the most aggressive guys, when someone is slick and they have skills and they have a nice IQ, equated with the sport and decent defense, man, they could go far. They could go very far, man. So, that being said, I like that brother, and I want to see more of him. And I hope that they get behind him with the promotion and see, showcase his talents more in the future. Really like that kid, man. Really like that kid. This weekend, the fights that were on DAZN, I didn't get a chance to see them because I don't have the DAZN app. But, I've streamed a lot of fights and I wasn't able to stream that one this weekend. And, unfortunately, sometimes, you win some and then some you lose, but I wasn't going to pay for it. But I would have loved to see the efforts that this kid White, Dillian White, who thinks he deserves a title shot. I would have loved to see what happened with that. I heard about the outcome, but I haven't seen it for myself yet. And I'm doing this before going to see the playback or whatever. But he doesn't offer up anything of a threat for the champion. And all the hypocrisy behind where his positioning may be in the rankings and everything. If you getting dropped and beat up by the likes of, Rivas, come on, man. Sit your ass down somewhere. Huh? You want to get in there with the champ who's a killer, who be decapitating mugs left and right? What the hell? Sit your butt down somewhere, man. Excuse me. Like I said, I haven't seen it, but I can only imagine how it's gone, So, the champ is in a good place. He's in a position pretty soon to become unified. Hey, man, just, what was it, 2 years ago, they were talking about freezing him out and making him, beg and scrounge for scraps. He need to build his brand and everything. It's kind of funny that he's sitting at the top of the sport right now and everybody got to come see him and he got the pick of the litter. He can look at them all, look down at them and say, you wait, you wait, you get in line, you step up. That's where the champ is right now. And I love it, man. And I'm sure you guys love it as well. The champ is running things. He's running things. You know what I'm saying? CB Sports TV, what's good with you, brother? How you doing, man? Good to see you out there. Yeah, it's a little bit of a Sunday afternoon, Stormybman on boxing. The events that took place this past weekend. To see what's happening out there, We saw some hilarious stuff. CB, I don't know if you caught the beginning of this broadcast, but man, I put that picture of Keith Thurman up there, brother. Sitting on his ass, looking up at Pacquiao with a look on his face that said, damn, I done fucked up now. I'll put it up again before I end the broadcast, but man, it's some hilarious stuff, man. But yeah, this thing about the heavyweights, man, it's gonna shake itself out. I want to see Dillian White and Joe Joyce, man. That's who I want to see. The Mummy versus Frankenstein, huh? A whole horror match. Creature features on their ass. That's what I want to see, huh? Two monsters fighting each other. Man, they should have it in Japan. Where all the damn monster movies come from, the giant monsters. That's what because the heavyweights are the giants of the sport, right? So have that shit in Japan, man. Huh? The Frankenstein versus the Mummy. Shit. That's what they should do, man. Put them two monsters in there with each other. Because you know what? Make the monsters kill each other first, and then the survivors come see the king of the monsters, huh? Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. That's how it should go down. Nobody should have an easy trek to the champion to challenge for his title. They should all have to cut their teeth, their elbows, and their asses before they come see him. Because when he finish them off, he throw their bones down in the pit. You know what I'm saying? Like the Spartans or some shit. That's the way it should go, man. That's the way it should go. Deontay just battle these guys after they have, been out there rumbling amongst themselves first. That's what I think. What y'all think about that? BBG, what's good with you? Good to see you out there. Good to see you, man. Man, I'm tripping on this Keith Thurman photo I put up, BB. That shit is hilarious, bro. That shit is hilarious. So, man, I can see Wilder sitting back like a savage with them guys on a skewer roasting their bodies over a flame, man. Just turning it slow, letting the meat cook on each side. That's what I see, man. Because, the Bronze Bomber, man, it don't take long. Huh? He can have a car double parked outside the stadium when he fight. But yeah. And hey, man, what about Teofimo Lopez, man, taking on the Japanese dude, man? That Japanese dude whooped his ass, man, and they stole the fight from him. Yeah, man. Look here, BB said he want to see the photo. Listen, man, Stormybman taking requests today, all right? You say you want to see the photo? You want to see the photo? You ain't ready to see the damn photo, man. Get out of here. You don't want to see the photo. But I'm going to tell you something. Whether you ain't ready to see it or not. Oh, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. My wife made me a protein drink, man, so I could have a little energy, No, BBG, Lopez didn't get a gift, man. That motherfucker got an early Christmas, birthday, and anniversary present, man. All rolled into one. He should have lost that fight, man. He should have been not awarded that decision, go back to the drawing board, realize what his mistakes are, and try to get better. The fact that they give him that decision in that fight at this point in his career, boxing, this is what is really bad about boxing when that type of shit happens, man. That's what's really bad about the sport. That Japanese kid deserved that victory and to be awarded the victory because he came over here and he competed and he prevailed. He should be awarded. I mean, how you feel? You put in your 40 hours, huh? And then at the end of that, they say, thanks, man, for your efforts. See you tomorrow. No, man, you want your check, man. You want your check at the end of your 40 hours. God damn it. Huh? And Teofimo acted like, oh, he was just tall, that's all. No, he had some boxing skills and ability. He punched your ass back. He banged you to the body, and you couldn't take the shit. Huh? You couldn't take it. You was out there running around trying to get out of there. He didn't have enough power to stop Teofimo, but he was definitely on par to edge him, and he should have been awarded that victory. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. Hey, you people, please be nice enough to smash that like button while you out there. Smash the like button for the Stormybman channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button. Yeah, man. So, BBG, that's the photo right there, bro. What you think, huh? Look here, man. That's some funny shit right there. That's some funny shit. I call that photo right there the view from above. One time thought he was the man. Remember? He said he was the cream of the division and all of that. Longest reigning and everything. On his ass. That's what they do. Guys like that always end up on their ass. And I'll be right here to be right on top of that, to show it to you, talk to you about it. It's some straight bullshit, ain't it? Some straight bullshit. I said it looked like he looked like one of them kids who got their hand caught in the cookie jar or in the cabinet when you told them they couldn't have no treats, and you come through the doorway and they look around and see you. That's that look they have on their face right there. Keith Thurman. Manny Pacquiao said, "Fuck you doing in my kitchen?" Hmm? Man, on his ass. That's what they do, bro. That's what they do. So, yeah, you know, it is what it is, as they say. So, you know, in the fight, man, as I was watching it, it was as I said on Smoke City Mobcast about the breakdown of it. I saw Manny being able to use all his years of experience, and absolutely I saw age. Let's not get that twisted. Let's not even try to pretend that his age didn't factor in. You know, there was some middle round points and stuff where Manny was kind of standing there looking at Keith, and I was like, wow, ordinarily he'd either be moving or punching. And right now he's not doing anything. So I could see like Manny's age and his timing wasn't what it wasn't. It wasn't what it once was. So I'm concerned about him fighting the other young guns at the top of the division because they're going to hurt him. Okay? Let's not get that twisted. Manny Pacquiao against Earl Spence Jr. gets hurt. Manny Pacquiao against Terrence Bud Crawford gets hurt. But he still has enough to contend with other fighters and former champions like Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and Mikey Garcia at the top of the sport like that. Those guys, he could still get some things done against them because they're not the ones that could really hurt him. And out of those names that I mentioned that I would rather see him fight, Danny would be the more likely who could hurt him with a single solid shot because his timing is very good and he could possibly time Manny with a shot and hurt him. But I'm not certain about if Danny has faced enough southpaws. But Keith Thurman, let's get back to him. Last night, his skill set was really, really put under the microscope. I noticed that Keith Thurman was not able to box and set up shots and think under pressure. His idea of dealing with pressure is either to do one of three things. He covers and cowers to move away. He ducks down, bends back, leans back with his hands out of position, or he basically just tries to move away from who's coming after him. And that's, if you're a boxer, being able to contend with the pressures that you face in the ring, you have to have tactical and strategical movements to deal with certain things. And I noticed that Keith didn't show any of that, which is actually why he lost a lot of the rounds that he lost, because he wasn't able to do the necessary things to offset what Manny was doing. Even when Manny was not active, he was still in a position for Manny to do things to him and take advantage of angles and things of that nature, which speaks to the notion of what Floyd Mayweather Jr. said going into the fight. Floyd said that if Keith allows Manny to set those traps for him, he was gonna lose the fight. He was gonna be in trouble. Now Manny took the fight early, where Keith was fighting from behind, so Manny didn't have to set as many traps. But in the middle rounds, where Keith thought he would be able to do certain things, and Manny gave him some angles and gave him some good work on the inside, and Manny put in body work. There was a couple of people on some panels and chats who discussed Manny's techniques in specific, and they said that he wasn't a body puncher. Wow, he threw some body shots last night, didn't he? One of them even made quick Keith Thurman think about jumping over the ropes to get the hell out of there. Huh? What about that? Huh? I'm telling you, man, boxing is a truth serum for a lot of people. It's a truth serum, because when you get in there with someone who is capable and someone who knows how to handle themselves, you're going to see some things. It'll be a little bit different. It'll be a little bit different. Because you can't dictate to someone who has a full toolbox. You have to try to work your way through that. Huh? And that's what we didn't see from Keith. He wasn't able to work his way through that. He landed some solid shots, but they were few and far in between. But he never set anything up for Manny. He never set a trap for Manny, And Manny was there to be trapped. He was there to be set up. When you talk about the technical aspect of things, there was a lot of dead air action from Manny at certain points in the middle and late rounds. And I do believe his age played a factor, because he was a little winded, and Keith is a more physically imposing guy than Manny. So definitely there was a strength factor there. If Manny was on PEDs, that might not have been a factor. Allegedly, the thought of him being on something, I don't think Manny was on anything. The energy level did drop. And, this thing about this stuff that guys are taking today, it keeps your stamina up. Manny looked like a 40-year-old guy at the end of the fight. He didn't look like a guy that was turning back the pages of 40. He just looked like a man who was better than the opponent that he was scheduled in there with last night. And that's what I foresaw going into the fight. One of the things I had stressed heavily was Manny Pacquiao has beaten better fighters than the fighter that Keith Thurman is, and Manny has beaten and defeated better fighters than anyone Keith Thurman has faced. And that was the difference in the fight. If he was going to get old in one night, it could have happened during the fight. And a matter of fact, toward the third quarter of the fight, maybe that did happen. But he still had enough to finish the fight against Keith Thurman. But I don't want to see him in there against Earl Spence Jr., even though people say, well, it's the passing of the baton, it's this and that, and Earl is the man, blah, blah, blah. But come on, man. Don't give Manny, that type of consideration just because you want to see someone hurt him. And that's what would happen against Earl Spence Jr. He would get hurt. And that's not a slap against Manny, because Manny has seen better days. But it's Earl Spence's time now. And he doesn't have to defeat Manny Pacquiao to certify himself with that. All he needs to do is clean up the rest of these clowns who are running away from him. But, it's just like people didn't want to see Ali in there with Larry Holmes and Trevor Berbick and stuff like that. You really didn't want to see that. Those guys were better than him. But it was the convictions of Ali that made him get in there and say, hey, take me on. And understandably, hey, that's a true champ. If Manny had that type of conviction, you would have to give him that just due as well. But Manny doesn't want that. Even when they asked him last night, will you be there for Porter and Spence Jr. to see, that you guys can make the fight after the winner of that fight? And Manny was like, oh, sure, I would like to watch that fight. But don't try to light that fire under him to fight that guy. Come on. He's accomplished so much in the sport, and he deserves more than any of these other guys to go out the way he wants to go out. If he wants to take Amir Khan next, so be it. Let him do it. If he wants to take Mikey Garcia or one of those guys who may not be as physically imposing to hurt him, let him do that. But please, sound the drums and the trumpets for the fights between Spence and Crawford and Spence and Garcia and Crawford and Garcia and Crawford and Porter. Those fights are great fights to be made at the top of that division by these men who are not facing each other. This is what should be happening. And this is what we should be clamoring for. A year from now, Manny might not even be in the sport. But those guys are still the lifeline of the sport. So why are you not calling for them? Call for those guys. Put the heat, turn up the heat on their asses. These are the fights we want to see. Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. What's good with you, brother? Good to see you out here, man. Thanks for stopping by. Macadon 1, what's going on? Sir Ken says salute to the wrenches and salute to the chat. Smash the like button, my people. Yes, sir. Sir Ken, thank you for that. Macadon 1, salute to you too, homie. Yeah. As of right now, all the 147s left is food for Earl Spence or Terrence Crawford. Absolutely, Sir Ken. And those are the men who should be looking to face off. They're the bookends of the division, the East and the West wings of 147. And they need to meet in the middle and clean up all those other guys as they devour their paths toward one another. Close those gaps up, man. Make these guys fight each other. But let's get back on Keith Thurman a minute. Keith Thurman is not a complete boxer. He's not a complete boxer. He's very athletic, though. And see, that's the thing that I think that sells the public on fighters nowadays, because we have a lot of athletes participating in the sport, But that doesn't mean that they're good boxers. They're not. Athleticism means that it enables you to physically navigate the requirements of what you're participating in. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing it well. That doesn't mean that you're better than someone else. It just means that you are adept. Okay? That's what that means. Now, Keith has never shown an outstanding jab. He's never shown that he has thrown punches with purpose, placement, and effectiveness at the top of the division. He hasn't shown the ability to counterpunch, slip, set shots up. He hasn't shown those things. So when this fight was signed, I knew that with those deficits, it even more so leveled the playing field for Manny. Because even technically sound fighters like Juan Manuel Marquez had their difficulties with what Manny brought, because Manny was athletic himself. It's just that now he's a 40-year-old athletic guy. But he did exhibit those skills. And so when you have these guys who are athletic and they have certain abilities, it is not something that is made for the long haul unless they develop skill sets. Let's look at Roy Jones Jr. in that aspect. Roy was one of the most phenomenal athletically gifted fighters to come along during his era. And he exhibited speed and elusiveness and timing that was on another level from everyone that he competed with during his prime time. And it would take someone of extreme technical capability, someone who had extreme resolve, and who could take a shot. Not because Roy was such a devastating puncher, but because he was so fast and his punch could get there without you being able to be prepared. Because remember, it's when you get hit with a shot that you don't see that you could be endangered the most. And Roy could get those shots there before guys could even anticipate them. And it was stunning. It shocked them. And he anesthetized them with that. But do you realize, as soon as the athleticism began to dissipate, Roy became very average. And because he had not developed those skills to go along with the athleticism, everybody caught up to him very quickly. Glenn Johnson, Tarver, even Hopkins, Calzaghe. Trinidad was even able to compete with Roy to a certain degree at that elder age. And it was more of a situation that had Roy had those technically sound tools in his box, a guy like Trinidad or even a Joe Calzaghe, even in his later years, or Glenwood Johnson, Roy should have been able to still outbox those guys. But he was still trying to win fights the way he won them with his athleticism when he was younger. And the athleticism wasn't there. So the shots that he would leap out of the way of were now landing home. The shots he would pop shot guys with, because he would get that shot in and be out of the way, guys could time him now because he wasn't as fast. And that made the difference. And this is why I spoke about when Roy was training, what's our brother's name who just recently lost? Lamont Peterson, is it? Not Lamont Peterson. Was it Lamont Peterson? Well, it was like whoever that was that Roy just trained recently that lost. I said, how can he teach guys about the tools of the sport and everything when he didn't practice that himself? They didn't become his principles. I would rather listen to Bernard Hopkins in my ear to apply the tools of the trade than Roy, because Roy fought on athleticism, just like Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali could probably tell you how to do something, but he's telling you from the experience of how he was able to get away with so much that the average guy can't get away with, as opposed to being able to overcome someone tactically and technique wise because of what skills he brought to the table. Now, Larry Holmes, he could teach you something about the jab. He could teach you something about how to, survive rounds and to win rounds and to dictate the course of a fight with your ring generalship. That's what Larry could do, and that's an example of what I'm trying to say here. There are a number of fighters who had more tools and they would have that to pass on to someone. Like, unfortunately, we just lost Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. I do believe in his own right, he could have been a great coach, because Sweet Pea could teach you some things about taking care of yourself in the ring. Yeah, it's easy to ball your fist up and pump a jab or, throw some combinations at a guy or whatever. But why you need to move on angle, why you need to be offline, why you need to dip, why you need to be able to learn how to step and turn a guy to control the fighter that you're facing, control his movements. You understand that when a guy moves his feet, he can't move his feet and punch at the same time with leverage and punity. You know what I mean? He has to do one or the other. So great fighters who had those skill sets could teach someone else those technical qualities and aspects that can help them become complete. So that's what I say about that. Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens says, I think Roy Jones has knowledge to pass to younger fighters and can be the example as to why you don't rely exclusively on athletic gifts over technical boxing. Well, yeah, he has knowledge, and I wasn't trying to say that he didn't have that. But what I was trying to say about Roy is I don't foresee him being able to embrace the significance of building the technical aspects when he didn't practice that himself. I cannot teach you what I don't freaking know and what I haven't adopted of my own accord. I can't do that. And if I did attempt to, it would be empty. It would be an empty bag. Do you see what I'm saying, Reggie? That is the kind of thing that you have to understand when you are tapping in to gain knowledge and understanding. Put it like this, Reggie. When you go to college, you pick your courses, right? For the particular studies of where you want to get your degrees and things like that. There are some teachers, professors, they don't have shit to offer you. You're not going to gain much from that individual. And they may have degrees up the wazoo. But it's not common applicability for you. It's not going to enhance or fortify you. So therefore, you have to seek out that teacher who is going to move you to another level. Just because someone teaches doesn't mean that what they're teaching is beneficial to you. You know? That's all I'm trying to say. BBG says, I don't like any fighter who keeps his hands down, no matter who it is. Absolutely, you're singing to the church, BBG, man. I have said that That's my own philosophy. I do not like fighters who keep their hands low, i.e., Teofimo Lopez, one of the latest guys. This is one of the reasons why he lost that fight. He kept his hands low. The guy was touching his ass up, putting hands on him, and he was retreating at the same time. And when the pressure was mounting on him, he wasn't able to respond in the proper manner because his hands were improperly placed. He didn't have his hands in the proper position to defend or to counter or to do anything to stop the opponent. And it was readily evident. It was readily apparent right there. This is why I said he didn't win that fight. And what those judges were looking at, I don't know. But I do believe that the judges were working in cahoots with the network because that was their fighter. Teofimo is a young prospect with a television contract with ESPN. And God damn it, they need to stop that shit. Just giving guys victory because they fight on their air. There's nothing wrong with a guy losing because that will take his ass back to the gym where he will have to work on some things to learn how to persevere and to overcome. By giving him a victory that he didn't win, he's just going to continue to go on the same path until another guy is able to expose that. But they're going to work extra hard to not allow that to happen by giving him more bums to fight. So you see the problem that is created about this shit? You can't get beyond that. I guarantee you the next fighter that Teofimo Lopez fights, he's going to blow that guy out in 2 to 3 rounds, and that's going to make him look like, oh, he's really back. He's back. No, they didn't bring someone of quality in there to give him an opportunity to try to get better. The last couple of guys he knocked out before he fought this Japanese guy this weekend. And forgive me, I can't remember the Japanese brother's name, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful for him, but I'm not looking, I don't have notes and stuff in front of me. We're doing this live and on the fly. But the last couple of guys that he fought before he fought the Japanese opponent, he knocked those guys out. They did not belong in the ring with him. It's like they got a guy from up in the balcony and say, how much do you weigh? Oh, you weigh about the same size. Meet us in the dressing room in a couple of hours and put these trunks and these gloves on and we'll pay you, $50,000. Huh? That's what it looked like to me. I've seen fights. I've seen matchups. And this is what I'm saying. When you're a prospect with talent and ability, your people will match you accordingly so that with each fight, you gain something of experience. But the most important thing to gain is rounds of experience. Because the longer that you're in there, the more under the lights, the more you will learn and you will be able to file away. Going out there and blowing a guy out because you hit him on his chin and he fell all apart and shit, that doesn't mean anything. If you fought 10 guys like that and never went past 5 rounds, now you get in there with one guy who ain't never been knocked off his feet, who could take a shot, and he takes you 10 rounds, you're going to look like shit. Not him. Because you were so used to doing what you were doing that mentally you came apart when your round came up that you were used to stop fighting by. Now you worrying about your conditioning. Am I going to have enough to go the distance? Maybe I shouldn't put as many punches together because I want to conserve myself a little bit. And remember the old adage, fatigue makes cowards out of men. So you get tired, you start to break down, and next thing you know, the guy is getting you. And he's not even good enough to take you, but he's getting to you because you've fallen all apart because you weren't prepared. That's exposure. BBG says, at Stormybman, facts about T.O. Yeah, man. This is, this is a teaching moment here. And I'm not trying to say I'm teaching somebody out there that's listening or whatever that doesn't know. But when you talk about a teaching moment, it's like bringing facts out into the open space for conversation, to open your mind up to the reality of what you were seeing, even though you may have been influenced in a different manner. I can't influence you with facts. I can only fortify you with facts. Okay? Now, Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens says science is based on observation. He has the science of the game down. His athleticism allowed him to cheat the game until those gifts dwindled. Macadon 1 says exactly. That's how they grow, in my opinion. Yeah, man. BBG says circus act Roy Jones to nig to me. Yeah. And Reggie Owens also says Tio to me seems like an uncoachable young talent, and his father seems like a know-it-all, and they won't seek the advice of other trainers. They're cocky and smelling their own piss. How about drinking their own piss, Reggie? Huh? And the thing about it is, it's not that he's uncoachable. It's just that under the umbrella of which he's been brought up, as far as his perspective and presentation to the world of boxing, is very limited. And because of that short-sightedness, I'm able to tell you that I see that kid losing as soon as he fights anyone who has something to offer. He lost this weekend. He already did. Okay? He already did. And they're not going to build upon that because they've been riding on broken bottles the whole time. Okay? Flat tires. They managed to score a coup by signing a network contract with Top Rank and Television, where they could be on TV and talk with bravado and knock out stiffs and be presented as their up and coming and someone to watch. I remember after his last fight, when he dropped that guy a couple of months ago in round 1 or 2, and he was calling out Lomachenko. And I was saying, please put him in there with Lomachenko, because I want to see Lomachenko take him apart. Okay? He will disassemble that kid so poorly that he will destroy his future. A fighter like Lomachenko, you're looking at him knock out stiffs. Vasily Lomachenko has over 400 career amateur fights. There is nothing that Teofimo could do to present anything to him. It's almost a similar situation as Thurman and Pacquiao. With Pacquiao's wealth of experience, he still had plenty to deal with Keith Thurman. And Vasily Lomachenko, technically as a fighter, has far more than Pacquiao. So he would take Teofimo and leave parts of his body all over the ring. Okay? Because that's how he would disassemble that kid. I'm telling you, you people living in this reality TV age, you don't understand how to study. All you know is you could Google something and get the answers. I come up from an era where you had to research and learn and develop an acumen of how to utilize your brain, to learn how to work out problems and things like that. Nowadays, you use calculators and you can text things and, it give you the answer, this. We used to have to compute, process, use the brain. And it's the same thing when you apply it to boxing. And that's why I've always tied the principles of boxing to real life, because in boxing, it's more than just balling your fists up and hitting the other guy. What if when you hit the other guy with the best you got and he's still standing there? He gonna get you now. Huh? But do you know how to hit a guy on a certain angle? Do you know how to hit a guy in a certain spot? Do you know where to hit a guy to get a desired effect, whether he has a great chin or not? If you haven't been taught this and you don't know, you in fucking trouble, man. You in trouble. You see what I'm saying? King Louis, what's good with you, brother? Good to see you out there. Salute to you, my family. Reggie Owen says facts. And he also says salute to my brother King Louis. Sir Ken says, I believe if Floyd Jr. dedicated himself to the craft, he would become a great trainer. Roger, days of training are past him, which has set the tone for the TMT gym of past. Sir Ken, Floyd Mayweather Jr. could never be a great trainer. Never, ever, 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 ever. Okay? Because Floyd Mayweather Jr., one of his greatest strengths is not necessarily a positive thing, is that he's a selfish individual. He's selfish. So his knowledge and everything that he has, he wouldn't be a good teacher because of how selfish he is. He wants so much for himself, he could give very little to others. Okay? Now, his knowledge, his boxing IQ is off the charts, but that doesn't mean he wants to share it with anyone else. And he has never shown the gift of giving. You know, it is a gift to be able to give of yourself because it's a natural thing in life. You know, actually, God puts the essence of these gifts in us, okay? And I'm sorry for those who don't believe in God, but there is a God, okay? But the essence of things that are naturally within us, some of us deny our gifts, and some of us take root and develop them. So when you're a selfish individual, what's magnified is your ability to see what's in it for you. Okay? And this is me as a coach telling you these things. Again, like I said, I was never just a boxing coach, but I'm a life coach. I'm a parent. I'm a husband. And you never stop teaching just like you never stop learning. There's a natural reciprocity to your existence in life. And you have to understand that. And if you've never understood that, it should be and should have been introduced to you and indoctrinated at an age young enough for you to be able to get the best that you can for yourself out of life. I told you, it goes hand in hand. It's a reciprocity, yin and yang. Okay? Floyd got what he got out of Roger and his dad and the experience of those who were around him as he came up and went through his career and everything, but he has almost zero output. Look at his promotional group. Look at the young talent that he's had. Why aren't people moving progressively under that, utilizing that experience, utilizing what his capability and know-how is and this and that? That's because it's being selfishly, it all went in, but it's not coming out. It's not going in another direction. And that's a shame. But it's also a fact. Whatever man is in here, what's up? King Louis says, as Stormy, you heard what AB said about Keith? Yeah, I heard about that late last night. You know, we were talking about it a little bit before we got off of the LDBC chat. And you know, it shows, listen, AB has more character and constitution and substance than people give him credit for. Yeah, he's an idiot. He does idiotic things. But I will say this, and I said this going into the fight yesterday. AB was able to go the distance with Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao showed AB something of a severe threat. And in that process, AB was smart enough to know I can go the distance with this guy, but I might not be able to beat him. I could stay in the thick of things, stay in the hunt. You see, that's intelligence, man. He didn't quit. I don't think there's anything about AB that would suggest that he quit, even though he's a weak-minded individual. But there is some constitution there, you know. When he lost that fight and he got dropped, he got up and continued. And he walked back to the dressing room. He looked like he was crying and everything. But, you know, he didn't quit. He kept going. That speaks volumes. Reggie On says, I agree that they're drinking their own piss. I read that one already. BBG says, it seems like T.O. got popping more for his bat flip than his boxing ability. Look here, man. All of that don't mean nothing. Prince Nassim was flipping and stuff in the ring too, wasn't he? And you saw what Barrera did to him when it came down to fighting, huh? So forget about all the flipping and shit and worry about the boxing. That'll take care of everything right there. And like I said, the next moment that Teofimo gets in there with somebody who can compete with him, they're going to whoop his ass. And y'all heard it right here. He lost this weekend. He already lost. He's a fucking loser as far as I'm concerned. He done lost already. Just like when Lomachenko came over and lost that fight to Orlando Salido. They're trying to act like it never happened, but it did. If you want to make it not happen, do like Lennox Lewis. Go in there and beat every man that beat you. That's where you can go out saying, I've literally beat every man I faced in the ring. That's almost the same as saying undefeated. But the difference is that the zero isn't there. Okay? But if you were able to overcome someone who got you at a different point in time, that's growth. Reggie Owens says, did you hear Teofimo's excuse about the Japanese guy being 6 foot tall and that he's not fighting anyone that tall? Then he says he wants to see how Lomo looks against a tall fighter. He needs to worry about himself instead of still talking about Lomachenko's name. Because just like he's talking about Lomachenko, he ain't mentioned that Japanese guy's name yet. And that Japanese guy fist was all over his face, his back, his ribs, and everything. That's where he need to be looking at. Matter of fact, I'll go one better. He need to be looking in the damn mirror. Because he's got himself to blame. It don't matter if a guy is 6 foot tall or if he's 5'2". It don't matter. You signed to fight the guy. He wasn't too tall when you signed. They thought they was just a pick. It's a cherry pick. There's some guys coming out of Japan right now that can really fight, man. And they need to be worried about that because these Japanese fighters have been watching our fighters from the past 20 years. And I'm seeing that they're picking up on subtleties that they didn't have 20 years ago. And along the way, these guys are getting better and better and better. And soon enough, these young fighters like a Teofimo fighting with their hands low, not being technically sound or resolute, not understanding how an amateur career will allow you to face many different styles where you learn how to fight in the ring and you learn how to face people who are, not necessarily physically to your advantage or whatever, whether it's height, reach, weight. That's what the amateurs do for you. Not just guys you get in there and they set up to fall down like bowling pins for you. Social scientist, what's going on? He says, who are we talking about? Mayweather? Social scientists, at this point, we're kind of just, the conversation is openly freeing now because I'm interacting with you brothers in the chat and we're talking about, boxing. The specific topic right now is being a fighter that's complete, as opposed to being just an athletically gifted fighter who can get in there and get away with things because you have physical gifts. Okay? That's what that is, more than anything. So that's where we are with that. The chat is moving kind of fast now. Smash that like button, people, as you're out there, please. Smash the like button. What we got here? Let's see. I'm trying not to skip the comments, but it's moving kind of fast, and that's a good thing for me. Yeah, when you guys are moving in the chat like that, because I'll talk boxing with you. I can talk the finer points and the technical aspects of it because I'm not afraid of boxing. Boxing has been a part of my life for a number of years. Fighting has been a part of my life for a number of years. So I have the knowledge, and I'm not afraid to show it, and I'm not intimidated by what you throw at me. Reggie Owen says many short, great fighters have schooled 6-foot fighters with ease. Tiafimo in the post-fight interview revealed a lot about who he is. Listen, boxing conversations with Reggie Owens. Tiafimo revealed a lot about who he is way before this past fight, brother. And I saw it early on. And I made a couple of comments, and people just kind of brushed over my comments. We were on panels and in chats, and I said some things about him, and people were like, whatever. And I already said it. I talked about him fighting with his hands low. I talked about him fighting opposition that didn't belong in the ring with him. I talked about him with his antics and everything and his false bravado and calling names and things like that without having ever accomplished anything his damn self. I didn't hear about Tiafimo in the amateurs because he didn't have much of an amateur. Okay? And his dad training him. There's a lot of dads training their sons. That don't mean that they training them well. Huh? See Chris Eubank Jr. Huh? So, hey, come on. But social scientist says real talk at Boxing Conversation with Reggie. Reggie Owen says facts coach, yin and yang. Social scientist says, oh, I knew he was talking about Mayweather from the selfish comments, and I just got here. hey, social scientist, I'm sorry, man, but that's facts though, right? When I was talking about selfish and you just happened to come through the door, he's like, oh, he must be talking about Mayweather. That's right. It's a fact. It's a fact. Dude, it's right there. You can hang your hat on it. You can take it to the bank, brother. That's what that is. That is just 100% something you can hang your hat on. When you hear the truth about something and you be like, man, ain't no denying that crap right there. So, yeah. The odd fella has fell into the building. What's up, odd fella? He says, greetings from the north side. What's good with you, brother? Good to see you out there, man. You guys smash that like button as you come on in, too. It's helping with the channel, man. The channel's really growing. I got some good things coming through here. And you guys and I are going to talk some good stuff going forward. I got my stuff ironed out behind the scenes, odd fella. So when we do our panels and everything, we're going to be straight, brother. And I'm excited, man. I'm totally excited. Sir Ken says, facts, Stormybman. If he could only see what you are saying, it would be the greatest growth he has ever accomplished. But he ain't gonna see it because if you're talking about Mayweather, he ain't gonna see it because he's too selfish. And if you're talking about Tiafimo, he ain't gonna see it because his dad and he are looking through the same fog lenses, okay, looking through a keyhole of life in the sport of boxing, huh? And they don't understand that there's a moon roof to the life of boxing, okay? But you're looking through a keyhole, What you gonna see through that little bitty keyhole? Huh? Somebody gonna spit in there and put your eye out. Huh? That's what's gonna happen. You know? Smash that like button, people. Smash it. You know, I forget to tell people to smash the like button on my channel. But when you guys keep coming in here like this and I see how the chat is moving, that's what's going to make me ask you guys to smash the like button, because y'all out there and you're out there in numbers. And I know you still got all them suckers out there that's peeping through the blinds and looking through the bushes and standing behind trees taking notes. Huh? Step your butt on out there and into the Stormybman chat. Huh? And let me see who you are. Huh? Put some pants on and come on in there chat and talk with Stormybman. Huh? Stop running around with them skirts and them pumps on. Hiding. Huh? And you know who you are. Take that damn skirt off. Huh? Our fella says, Reggie Owens, salute. Your live was popping the other night. Man, Reggie Owens is always popping, man. If you brothers haven't subscribed to Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens, please go out there and do so. The young brother has got some good stuff that he's doing on his channel. His videos are always very interesting, educational, and informative, and it is entertaining. Give that brother some support. And the odd fella too. Odd fella, man, when you gonna do some more DuckTales, brother? Listen, you got a new edition on the subject right now. With whatever this dude, Keith Thurman, the cherry pick gone wrong, DuckTales. That belongs right there, brother. Put it in there. And I'll be waiting to watch it too. Let's see, it's moving up again. He says the Japanese guy was better than advertised. Odd fella says that. Man, we were talking about that, odd fella. You know, before you jumped in, I was talking about that big time. That Japanese brother was a good fighter, you know, and he was at that level where he should be fighting people like Teofimo. And he beat Teofimo. I am not going to say Teofimo beat him, because he didn't. They gave him a victory. They gave him a victory so they could still say they have a young, undefeated prospect on that channel and on that network and in that promotional team. But that kid has a loss on his record right now, as far as I'm concerned. He didn't beat the man from Japan. He didn't beat the man from Japan. He did not beat the man from Japan. Hell no, he didn't. Social Scientist says, shout out to Trey X for pointing out that Teofimo was shut out in the amateurs by a taller guy. Man, it don't surprise me. If Trey X put that out there, that's great. But it's like, for whoever saw the fight, probably saw it was great. It was like, hey, they knew it was coming. If you know boxing, you know. Reggie Owens says, at the odd fella, thank you for the positive feedback, brother. And Social Scientist says he predicted Nakatani. There you go. That's his name. Nakatani will be a problem for Teofimo. Yes, he was a hell of a problem. And I want to see Nakatani again. I want to see him again, man. He looked good. But see, that'll make a fighter like that not come across the pond, because, you know, then is he going to get his own earned victory, you know? King Louis says, T.O. straight food for the top fighters at 135 and 140. Man, let me tell you something, King Louis. Teofimo is straight food for life. What happens to people in life when they walking on eggshells and bullshit? Huh? You're going to hear about that. And don't be surprised if it's outside the ring shit that makes it all his house of cards come tumbling down. Boxing Conversations with Reggie says, you're right. He has revealed himself some time ago. Yes, sir. Hands down. At the odd fella. Said Effie Ajaba was served well by going the distance with previously undefeated Turk. You know what, odd fella? In a weird turn of events, I could not find the PBC broadcast on my television, and all the Fox stations, they were not airing it. And then I went into the news channels, and there was a Fox station from Vegas, Channel 5, that was showing the damn fight. But none of my regular Fox stations, they had baseball on, they had some bullshit movies on, they had all kinds of fare on, and not the boxing for the PBC. So I don't know how you guys saw this nationwide when I was only able to pick it up through Fox on Vegas, through their news Fox channel. It was fucked up, man. I was looking for it and looking for it, and I was on Trey X and them, and I was putting in the chat. I said, this is bullshit. I can't find the fights. And I got like 15, 20 Fox stations through my streaming and everything, and I couldn't find it. So finally, I went into the news channels, and there was a couple of Fox channels on news and one for Channel 5 in Vegas, and there was the Fox broadcast. I'm like, I never even watched this damn Fox channel before because it's on the news network format. That was some bullshit, man. I missed those fights in the undercard, and I was pissed off about it because I wanted to see F.A. I really did want to see him. He says, I still feel Teofimo is a bad style matchup for my boy Comey. Man, Teofimo is, he is a front runner, man. He's a guy that he's not real. Teofimo is not real. He's not real. And I would advise anybody against putting money on that kid and putting your support behind, because that's all fragile foundation right there. That shit gonna come crashing. You watch. You heard it here first. And I don't care if somebody out there know him and they're like, oh, this guy's talking bullshit about it. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong in the ring. Go back there and run that fight back against Tanakani, whatever his name, the Japanese dude. Run that shit back because you didn't beat him. I ain't giving you nothing. You got to earn it. It's boxing. Reggie Owens says, yeah, that FA fight was a real good rumble. And King Louis says, I like FA more than Dubois. And Odd Fella says, good look, Stormy B, man. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir Ken, where we at is moving up on me again. You guys are making comments. Sir Ken's is all smiles. Yes, sir. FA is doing his thing. Social scientist says FA is doing his thing, but he bores me with that one gear. I wonder if he even has another one at this point. Dude was outlanding him this weekend. I hope that this posted on YouTube or something so I could go back and watch it. I would like to see FA in a competitive fight where it goes rounds, and I wasn't able to see that. I caught the stream very late, shortly before it was time for the main event card to start. Our fella says, King Louis, so do I. My top youngins is Tony Yoka and Flip Hergovic. Yeah. And King Louis says, smash that like button. Yes, sir. Smash the like button, man. It says I got 10 people watching and 13 likes. Yeah, let's get it up to like 20 likes because I know it's still some people out there, man. They out there hiding behind those damn facades and brick walls and bushes and trees, huh? Now, I'm going to put some thorns in them bushes so you won't be able to stick your head in it. You have to stand in front of them bushes or get the sticky buds from the thorns in your ass. Out there hiding, don't want to come out and support Stormy B-Man, but I come out and support all you fools, and you out there, and you don't want to big me up, but you want to stay back there. I know who my family is. You guys is out there pretending like you cool, but you ain't cool because you hiding. Huh? You hide. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I had a guy appear in the chat. Wait a minute. Stop the presses, because I was asking about him last night, this morning. Here he is. Here he is. Hold on. He's here. Gil Coles. Where my man at? Gil Coles. I told Gil Coles, I said I wanted to see you, homie. I wanted to see you. So now that you're here, I want you to take a look at something, Gil Coles. I want you to take a look at something. Look at your screen right about now, Gil Coles. Look at your screen and tell me what you see, Gil Coles. Look at your screen and tell me what you see, Gil Coles. Huh? I want to know what you see, Gil. Huh? I want you to give me some commentary. Give me some commentary and say to me and the rest of the chat that's out there, I want you to tell me, what the hell is this right here? Huh? What is this? Tell me, what is that right there? What is that? Huh? What is that, Gil Coles? Huh? Where the ponytail at? Huh? Look here, man. I know you was off the scene last night because you was in the dressing room braiding Keith Thurman ponytail. But now that you done that, it's good to see that you're back, okay, in the chat. But I got some crow for you, Gil. And since I'm a man that really know how to fool with the grill, you could tell me if you like your crow wingtips, huh? If you like them buffaloed, honey and mustard sauce, or extra caliente. How you like it, huh? How you like it? Crow wingtips for Gil Coles. Yep, you out there. Huh? You out there, and I give it to you. You're a man. You came back. You said, hey, I got to stick my head out of the hole, and let them know, but I'm chopping it off. Huh? I'm going to chop your head off, Gil Coles, because you was playing flutes and you was playing DeBarge records and everything. And I tried to tell you, put that shit away. Put it away. It was for a different time. But you wouldn't listen to me, would you? You wouldn't listen. So now, this is what you get, Gil Coles. This picture right here, I want you to take that screenshot and go find Keith Thurman. I know you know where he at because you braid his hair. You go find Keith Thurman and have him autograph that picture for you right there. That picture right there, Gil Coles. Go have him autograph it for you. Huh? And tell him to sign it L. Keith. Huh? Like it's in L. DeBarge. Huh? And you and him and the Indian lady, y'all can go up in the Himalayas and smoke them funny cigarettes and play bongos and flutes from here on out. Huh? That's what I want. Huh? This is what you get. Roasted. Huh? But I want to know how you like your crow wingtips. Huh? Because you eating them. You come in here, Stormybman channel is crow wingtips for you right here. Huh? And I ain't going to ask you what kind of sauce you want on them. I'm just going to give you the extra caliente. Huh? Because it's hot in here. Huh? Like Nelly say, it's getting hot in here. It's hot in here for you, Gil Coles. It's hot in here for you right now. Because I tried to tell you early on, brother. I tried to tell you. You think that Stormy just be out here talking like some of these other dudes on the channels? Some of them just talk boxing because that's what they like and they passionate about it and everything. But I know a thing or two about the sport of boxing. I know about fighters. I know about what's inside fighters. I know about their integrity or the lack thereof. The foundations that they built upon. I know about this. I could tell you about it in my sleep, Gil Coles. Don't you ever try to tell me that a guy who ain't got nothing on the inside, that's called being devoid, of anything, barren, huh? Neutered, huh? But I tried to tell you, Gil. I tried to tell you, huh? And I ain't gonna let up, man. I ain't gonna let up. So don't run. Don't duck me, son. Don't duck me, son. Stay your ass right there, Gil Coles. Huh? Take a seat and listen to the rest of this broadcast while I run this stream and I got your boy's picture up there on the screen. Huh? You see that look on his face? Huh? I call that picture the view from above. Huh? That's what I call it, Gil. The view from above. Reggie Owens says, thank you, coach. No problem, Reggie. King Louis says, odd fella. Philippe, good too. I really like him as a prospect. Gil Cole says, salute at Stormybman. Pass me the hot sauce. Reggie Owens says, real talk. That does belong in DuckTales. Absolutely, man. Sir Ken says, Gil Coles, salute, much respect, but it's over now and we have the same love for you. On to the next one. Sir Ken, shut up. Huh? Because when people come in and they want to play flutes, huh, and hashtag ponytails and stuff like that, and I told you, don't do that, huh? And I said, hey, man, don't go around there, man. Don't do that. You're going to get hurt. You can't tell me what to do. Then you go out there and you get fucked up. I ain't going to say I told you so, but I'm going to say you got fucked up, huh? And I'm going to show you a picture of you getting fucked up, huh? I might even have it recorded. You got fucked up, huh? King Louis says, it's jumping up on me now because the chat is really moving. I guess there's a lot of comments to be said now off of what I've been talking. King Louis says, that's Stormy. So T.O. is a failure at life. He might be. It ain't over for him yet, but it might be close. Huh? And social scientist says, that's the frustrating thing about the way they move prospects. Many of them lose fights and get the W. I thought Michaela Meyer lost on the Fury card too. I didn't see that one, social scientist. Gil Cole says, salute. Keith didn't show up. The flute was broken. I tried to tell you that already, but you wasn't listening to me though. So shut up, Gil Coles. King Louis says, Gil Coles, did you hear what AB said about Keith gambling Friday night and cussing him out? And he says, Comey beats the break off T.O. Sir Ken says, Gil Coles, Keith Jessen wasn't the better fighter last night and only his first loss. He will be back with a different mindset. Sir Ken, yeah, since you're a flute player too, let me tell you something, Sir Ken. The only mindset Keith got now is to go somewhere and spend that money. He been exposed. The curtains have been drawn back. The sheets been yanked off of him. Okay, and you might, if you strip him naked, you might not be able to tell his body parts from his wife's body parts. Okay, now that's all I got to say about that one. Gil Cole says, King Louis, I told Lars Dawkins Friday that I think Keith would likely fight AB next. Who cares? BBG says, Dubois is more explosive than FA. I think as he develops, he beats FA. Beverly Rose Boxing says, salute Stormy. What's up, my sister Beverly Rose? What's going on with you, sister? I am out here roasting people like Gil Coles and now Sir Ken, these flute players. Like, you know how Blood Boxing calling people over in the UK that's the Joshua and Hearn lovers, the dart chuckers. Well, I'm going to call these guys the flute players, huh? Running around playing the flute with little mice following behind them while they play their flute, and then the ponytails hanging and the little mice following behind them. Yeah, that's these guys. Sir Ken and Gil Coles. So King Louis says, salute Queen. And Gil Coles says, ain't no hiding, Stormy B Man. You damn right it ain't no hiding on the Stormy B Man channel. Cause guess what? We got nothing but Venetian windows over here, with panoramic views. Ain't nowhere for you to hide over here, Gil. You have to eat, even when it's cloudy outside, huh? I got Windex. We clean the windows and we looking right at you. And right now, we could see you with your broken flute. You and Sir Ken, huh? There you go. Beverly Rose Boxing says, I knew Pac-Man would beat Thurman. Okay, that's good, sister. I didn't know what you were saying before. I think I did hear you on your stream that I was in your chat. You did say that. So shout out to Beverly Rose Boxing. And if you guys haven't subscribed to Beverly Rose, please go out there and subscribe to the sister. She's doing it from the sister side and she's talking about good stuff, man. I was in her chat last weekend and she was talking the truth. And I'm gonna tell you something. She's like me in the fact she gonna tell you something you don't want to hear sometimes. But that's good, huh? We ain't no also rans around here. We got difference of opinion in the LDBC. And some of us don't play flutes. Some of us play the bass, Gil Coles. The bass. You understand? Gil Coles says, man, y'all know he beat that boy. Yeah, Pacquiao beat the hell out that boy. Your boy. Reggie Owens is laughing. And Beverly Rose Boxer says, salute King Louis. And King Louis says, as Stormy, that's called reality. You better believe it, man. It's reality with a side of crow wing tips. That's what it is, huh? Barbecue crow wing tips. Sir Ken says, Beverly Rose Boxing, salute Queen. And Beverly Rose says, hook him up with the honey mustard. There you go. There you go, sister. You tell him, hook him up with the honey mustard. We're going to give him a little sample cup of all the sauces. We got about 30 sauces, huh? And that's for every flavor of flute player out there. That's what that's for, huh? That's right. King Louis is laughing. Social scientist says, hey, Beverly Rose Boxing, haven't seen you around in a minute. Reggie Owens says, my sister Beverly Rose. And Beverly is saying, what's up to Sir Ken? Gil Cole says, I had a fight party last night. Had about 15 people at the house. I was on 78 and Black Fight Fan, Best Fight the Best channels last night. No ducking over here. No, it might not have been ducking over there, but it was plenty of crow. You understand? And I got some more for you right here. And you see that picture on the screen right there? Take a look at that and take that with you, Gil Coles. Beverly Rose Boxing says, as social scientist, hey there, brother, haven't been active as much because I'm moving and still trying to straighten things out. King Louis says, at Gil Coles, he just talking shit. You better believe, because it's like, play the bass. Now, it's like play the bass in your face, huh? That's what it is, huh? BBG is laughing. King Louis is crying. Gil Coles says, put some jerk. Wait a minute. It jumped up on me, man. I was about to read that one. That was a good one right there. Where it say, Gil Cole say, put some jerk season on my crow. You got it, man. We gonna get the Jamaican jerk sauce for you too, bro. You deserve it. You deserve every bone. Social scientist says that Beverly Rose Boxing, okay, good luck. Good luck on the move. Beverly Rose Boxing says that boxing conversation with Reggie Owens. Salute, brother. Loving your play-by-play. Dark Truth is in the house. What's good, Dark Truth? He says, Stormy B Man, salute. Salute to you, brother. Dark Truth. Beverly Rose Boxing is damn. She laughing. Gil Cole saying, it's all good, Stormy B Man. I'm not going anywhere. I know you ain't. You understand? Because it ain't nowhere for you to go. Everybody don't play flutes around here, man. You got all kind of musicians around here, but today you getting the bass in your face. You hear what I'm saying? The bass in the face. BBG is laughing. Gil Cole says, I can take an L. That's how it goes. Hey, Gil Coles, I'm glad you recognize you could take an L, because I don't think Thurman realized he could take an L. That's why he took the fight, but now he realized. So you could get together after this stream, and you could call him up and tell him all about taking L's. Okay? And Social Scientist says, you should call it The View from the Bottom. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And King Louis says, Stormy going in. You better believe it, King Louis. I live for this stuff, man. I told you. When I put it out there like I do, and the guys be like, oh, man, what's what? I'm like, I try to tell you exactly what's what. But then they don't want to hear me, though. They don't want to hear me. Act Reacher 45, he said, what's shaking, Stormy B, man? What's good with you, Act? Did you like that result last night? We roasting Gil Coles right now, and Sir Ken, since he a flute player too. I told him we don't play flutes over here. We play bass over here. And can we get some more people to smash that like button as y'all coming on in here? Because we could have more likes than we have people on the viewing. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do, man. I'm going to roast Gil Coles. Gil Coles, just picture a rotisserie on that spindle, right? Spinning over that flame with Gil Coles' face on it. And it just, you sprinkle some salt on there, a little seasoned salt, a little pepper, a little garlic, put it on there, and you smell it. You smell the flame on that flesh, and the embers, it smells just like crow. Dark Truth is laughing, and he say, that's terrible. Reggie Owen says, Beverly Rose, I love hearing that you enjoyed the play-by-play. Much love to you. And Beverly Rose, Stormy must have been a tough coach. You damn right. Because like I said, Beverly Rose, all due respect, and this is a serious moment I'll speak here. When I coach with applications that just do not apply to the sport, not to the physical activity. It applies to life. It's a life coaching experience. Any person that wants to call themselves an instructor, teacher, coach should adopt the adage that you're a life coach, because you're giving someone instructions and you're giving them information that is supposed to fortify them, that they can take you from this point to another point, not just where you are, but where you want to go. And the windows of life are open that way in the same manner. You could take the principles, the essence, the foundation that you build upon and go forward. That's what that's all about. So Beverly Rose says, I can't wait for the collab. Yeah, me too. I can't wait till we get together. I got my stream together. You see how it's rolling now. I got my graphics and everything, and I can play the bass and show this photo for like Gil Cole flute players alike out there, that this is what we could do. We could strip you down, okay? As we give the breakdowns and the knockdowns, we can put you down. There you go. Brown on Boxing. What's good with you, Brown on Boxing? He's out there. He says, tell the truth. That's right. Tell the truth. Shame the devil and the flute players. Shame them all. That's what I say. And the little mice that follow behind them. And you know what the mice are? They like to run in little holes and cracks and shit. That's Gil Cole people there. And Sir Ken. Yeah. King Louis still laughing. Dark Truth says her commentary is legit, soothing too. Laughing. Brown O Boxing is laughing. Man, this thing is really moving on me. He said Brown O Boxing is laughing. He says salute Stormy B, man. Dark Truth says Beverly Rose Boxing, peace and blessings. Brown O Boxing still laughing. Dark Truth is at King Louis, what's up, Chief? Brown on Boxing says, flute wings. That's right. Flute wings. Huh? That's a new creation by, Gil Coles, the flute wings. King Louis is still crying. Say, bro, I'm crying real tears. You better believe it, King Louis, because this is what it's about, man. We're supposed to have some fun with this, and everything. And Gil Coles, I love you, brother. I'm just playing with you. I'm roasting you because I'm taking that opportunity. But it's all done in love and fun. I ain't trying to embarrass you. I'm just trying to make fun and make everybody have a good time while you're out here. But I'm going to tell you something. When Stormybman give you a pick, you better roll with it, brother. Because when you go the other way, you make yourself look like, you want to have some crow. That's all. King Louis says, Dark Truth, salute family. Brown on Boxing says, crow. Dark Truth says, a boxing conversation with Reggie Owens. Great call last night. Beverly Rose says, Dark Truth, salute, brother. Thank you. Beverly Rose says, laugh my ass off. Me too, King Louis. Social Scientist says, I tried to tell them 40 is the new 28. I was even nice enough to let them season the crow because I knew they'd have to eat it. That's right, Social Scientist. Ain't it funny how when you could see it, right? You could see how it's going to unfold. But you got people in mass. They going the other way. They just can't see the truth. They living with dark shades on. And it's pitch black night. It's all this foolishness, man. So it make you feel so much better. Huh? It make you feel so much better when you're able to stick your chest out and say, I didn't go that way. And I'm glad to have not gone that way. That's right. Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens says, salute my brother at Dark Truth. Yo, thank you, bro. I appreciate that, homie. Beverly Rose says that Social Scientists laugh my ass off, serving up the plates. Beverly Rose got that crow drumstick. Gil Cole says, Act Reaching 45, salute. I'm here to receive my 100 lashes. Man, who the hell? Gil Cole, wait a minute, man. Who the hell told you it was 100 lashes? It's 1,000. It's 1,000 lashes, man. See, that's what you can't determine how much the punishment is for the person meting out the punishment. You just got to sit there and take it, man. 100 lashes. I'm surprised you didn't say 50, huh? To really shortchange yourself. But it's 1,000. You could believe that. Pac-Man saying, BBG says, Pac-Man saying 40 the new 30. MF over Thurman. Yup. Sir Ken says, laughing. I love the truth. You better believe it, Sir Ken, but you're a flute player too, so you better be careful. Huh? Man. 1,000. 1,000 lashes, brother. Huh? Dude, I'm going to tell you. It's great stuff, man. It's great stuff. Great stuff, man. Man, I'm going to tell you guys, this has been so much fun, man. This has been so much fun. I've been thinking about this. I said I was going to come out here and do a little something today. But you guys have really made it a lot of fun, man. You made it so much fun. And I was sitting here, I'm glad I could laugh with everybody on here and make you have a good time, It's some good stuff, man. Sir Ken said, I played the tuba in high school. Beverly Rose Boxing says, laugh my ass off. This is a great show. I got to run now, but I'm looking forward to your next stream, brother. Take care, family. Okay, salute to you, Beverly Rose, and I appreciate that. We look forward for that collaboration. Eric Jenkins is Stormy B Man 100 with some boxing gloves. There you go. What's going on with you, Eric Jenkins? What's going on? Yeah. So, everybody can smash that like button. And listen here, fellas and ladies that's out there. My new show, In the Eye of the Storm, is a show that I do like every other Saturday. And the next episode, we're expecting, hopefully, to have Beverly Rose Boxing on there. And the premise of the show, for those of you out there listening and haven't had a chance to idea, understanding, is the show In the Eye of the Storm is a 1-hour show where each episode I have a member of the LDBC who is either a channel operator and content creator or simply a content creator come on, and we chop it up about the sport. We top it off initially about their channel and the content that they release. Okay. And it's all about the promotion of your channel or your content. It's nothing selfish, but it's all about community. And we talk about that on the show. We we give shine to the channels that maybe people haven't had a chance to hear, tune into, and support. And then we go into talking about what's happening in the sport today, presently. We get a chance to review fights or preview fights that are either happening that day or that evening. Like last night, we had the big fight between Thurman and Pacquiao. So that fight can be featured on the next show as a conversation piece. And then we also spend a last portion of the hour of the show answering emails that we hopefully can get you good people out there who have questions, comments, and concerns, points of view that you want to have us discuss openly. Sent to the email in the eye of the storm 4@gmail.com. You can send that in. And as we review the emails on each subsequent episode, we will present those topics and have discussions on them. That way, you as a voice of the community and listeners and participants in the community can be a part of the show as well, because we will definitely shout out your names and who you are and continue the topic with what your input may have been. So that's the feature of In the Eye of the Storm. And we're just trying to do that to keep everyone more close knit. Because like even now you got people doing commentary on fights and stuff. We want others to know that that's out there if that's what your interest is. Okay. If not just listening to content, not just listening to somebody preach at you or something like that, but there's so much talent out there. You got brothers out there like Marlo's Corner. He's doing these like little vignettes and stuff like that, man. All of that is very entertaining. You got Best Fight the Best out there, and he can slaughter people who come in there and try to challenge the facts and truths about the sport. He can expose you and make you look silly and have a good time and doing it all at the same time. That's all wonderful stuff. So in a community, which is the LDBC, we do all of this, and there's something for everybody, 24/7, 365. And this is just to promote the sport and to promote one another and to big up one another and keep everyone connected. Okay? So that's what that's about. The show is called In the Eye of the Storm, and that's every other Saturday on the Stormy B Man channel. And I look to go through every single LDBC member to have them on the show. And that's a long time because, it's like a lot of channels out here. So we're going to work our way around and hopefully we can get the support that you guys like the type of content. We've done 2 episodes thus far. The first episode was with the Odd Fella. Very good show. If you haven't had a chance to catch that, you can catch the replay on my channel. It's out there where we chop it up with Odd Fella and what he does with his content and on his channel. And then the second episode we had the brother Reggie Owens on there. And we talked up some really good things on that episode about the sport of boxing, some of these managers and the experiences that Shakur Stevenson was in finding himself dealing with during the promotion around his fight. Very good subject matter, and it's all presented for you guys. So we're trying to do that to keep people, plugged in and dialed in with the LDBC. So that's the In the Eye of the Storm. And you can email us at intheeyeofthestorm4@gmail.com. It's just like this show right now. If you're on here and you're out here in the stream and you like what was being discussed, or if you heard something that you wanted to be discussed or want to hear more of something, please email me at that email, intheeyeofthestorm4@gmail.com. And when we have the show, we'll talk about it. We'll present your name and what you had to offer on the show. And that's how it keeps us all relative. It keeps us all connected. And it's a beautiful thing, you know? So with that being said, all you guys got to do, and even when I do my personal videos, if you had comments on that, please email it to In the Eye of the Storm. Whether it's my stream, whether it's my video content, or whatever, email me. I'm pleading with you to email us so we can keep talking about the things you want to hear about, or go further or more in depth with what you want to hear about. Because it's all about us, the community, sticking together, being together, remaining. So that's important. And even if it's a serious matter, if it's something that you want to discuss regarding if it's contracts or title reigns, historical things, whatever it might be related to boxing, send those emails in. And I'm asking it over and over again because I don't have any at this point. And I'm sure you guys have things you would like to hear us talk about. So just leave it in the email. And I can have something to bring you. I can start off fresh. I don't have to think off the top of my head. What should I talk about for these guys that they would want to hear about? I'm asking you what you want to hear about. I'm asking you to provide me with topics of your concern. So just know that, and that's how we're going to do that, So that's pretty much it right now. And, I want to thank everybody who came out and listen to this stream today. I appreciate what you did, showing some support, laughing with me, and enjoying this. I had a damn good time, man. This has been wonderful. One of the most fun streams that I've done. And I'm so happy to have my equipment back up and running like I wanted it again and everything. So thank the heavens that has come around for me. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up now and get ready to sign off and let you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. This has been Stormy B-Man from the Stormy B-Man channel. And, to the next time. Oh, and King Louis says, start leaving the email in the description box. Oh, it's in the description box already, King Louis, and it's also at the bottom of the screen there in my graphics. So if you notice, if you look at that stuff, I've already prepared that. It's put there. It's right there for you guys, right before you. So I do that with purpose and on purpose. So, but thanks for the notification there, and I did put it in the description box. So. I just want to say thank you guys again. You've been a wonderful crowd and audience. This is Stormy B-Man, and I'm going to sign off from now until the next time we get a chance to chop it up. I want to say peace.